Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Photographic Memory Podcast. I'm excited to welcome the program Dr. Shannon Panzo. Dr. Shannon, another beautiful day in Australia, and I guess when the tables turn, and it'll be summer for me, it'll be colder for you, so that I can say something. But still beautiful, always in Australia, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Today the sun's out, humidity's up a little bit. Nothing like having a little bit of a weather show, but that's okay. It is summer here, so you can expect that. And yeah, it is a good day.
Well, so Dr. Shannon Panzo is not just a photographic memory expert, mental photography expert, but also a brain management expert, and lastly, a mentor. So there's many different ways by going to zuxpro.com to learn about all the different benefits that Dr. Shannon can take care and help you. So let's go to our topic today. We covered, I guess, do you want to summarize, or we're going to go to the next area of our conversation that
Well,
we covered? Yeah.
we obviously this is the photographic memory podcast. We deal with the photographic memory. It's a natural, automatic thing that you already have within you. Most people just lost touch with it. What we're doing is we're utilizing the mental photography that I teach to get people reacquainted with using the mental photography or the photographic memory. The This enables people to take in huge amounts of information and exercise their brain in phenomenal ways, and that leads us to basically who can benefit.
Exactly. And that's the fun part, right? Who could
Oh
benefit?
yeah, well, everyone can actually benefit, but today we're breaking it down into certain types of people.
In certain
And
professions, because certain professions need to have a certain memory versus others, or can so that they can be very successful in those areas with the photographic memory, right?
right, right. So let's say you're professional, you're climbing the corporate ladder, and you need a lot more information than where you are currently. This is a great way to get that information very quickly so that you can climb the corporate ladder. It also, by doing so, it's very self-accomplishing. So it'll give you a lot more confidence in what you're doing every day, and it'll raise your productivity level because you can accomplish things in a timely fashion. You can accomplish things much quicker. You can deal with the information quicker, and so there's all types of time saving and time management things built into this for you. So really, if you're the type of person that wants to climb in a professional environment, this is something you need to do. I often talk about the water cooler. You know, you have everybody gathered
Right.
around the water cooler, and everybody's thinking the same thing. Oh, doggone it, I got to go back to my desk. I got to
Yeah.
look at that big stack of whatever it is that I have to go through, whether it be documents or emails or what have you. And I got to go through it. And it's just daunting, the amount of information that people have to go through daily. And worse, if you're a decision maker, you have to go through all that information and make decisions upon what you've gleaned from whatever that information is about. Well, the typical water cooler talk would be, "Gee, I wish I had a photographic memory
Yeah.
because it would make my life so much easier." Well, bing, you have a photographic memory already. You were born with it. It's natural. And now the issue is most people do not have a grasp of what that means. They do not actually use it. So what I do is I show people how to get
Right.
reacquainted with using their photographic memory and using it in their professional environment and what have you. Now, the photographic memory also leads to, whenever you're using the photographic memory and exercising that, it also leads for you to have a great memory overall. The mental photography stimulates your dendrites or your memory storage compartments of your brain. It stimulates the growth of more of those. So you're naturally gaining more memory.
Right. Okay.
So you're able to memorize essentially more things. Now, this isn't typical memorization, which is cup and hook type method. This is memory. It's natural. It stays with you. It's just something that you continue to use.
Right.
Okay.
And so that's
Now,
that's interesting, Dr. Shannon, when you talk about that, that basically you're kind of just getting what you were born with and get it back working again, right? That's pretty much,
right.
yeah.
You get it working for you. That's the main thing. You want it to work for you, because this is the whole crux of everything that you're doing in life. You want your particular system, your individual system, you want it to work for you. That's really important. Along with time management skills, you also gain now, because your daily life tends to be more orderly. You also decrease stress. That's a
Right.
great boon.
Yes.
You can take away stress. How many people are completely stressed out from day to day? Their
Everybody.
adrenals are flying out, their cortisol is up, they're gaining weight, they can't get a good night's sleep. Oh, geez, what am I going to do next? Well, use the method. The method helps you in all these different things. Also, whenever you're dealing in a professional environment, I
Right.
don't care if it's a professional environment, a neutral environment, your family environment, whatever. Communication skills are paramount. And by using this methodology, you gain better communication skills.
Okay.
It's another one of those natural progressions. You learn more. You learn more about the people you're around. You have insights because you now have the free time to actually observe those insights within you and make better calls. You also have all this extra information, all this great information that you can fall back on to make better decisions. And if you make better decisions, you enter into less arguments.
Right. Exactly.
This this occurs not only at your work but also at home.
Right.
So you want to actually take that opportunity and have better communication skills. And of course, with all these different things, you might have a bit of a positive mental attitude coming on board. You
Right.
might be able to think a lot more positively about your environment and the things that you have to go through.
Correct.
Stop worrying about so much. Okay. So, what other, what else would you like to know?
So what really is just the different professions and how they benefit by using this program.
Well, give me a profession.
Well, let's go with the business world first.
Well, I just pretty much covered
Okay,
that.
cover that, the
That's
business.
corporate,
Yeah,
corporate and
corporate.
business.
So,
Okay.
what about scientists?
Okay. Scientists in today's world, there's there's pure there's pure science, which I think most scientists actually enter the that particular profession, hoping that they can stay with what they would refer to as pure science. In other words, you have your particular aspect of science, you go along, you do your work, and you get an output that is relative to that science. Now, unfortunately, today, scientists, pure scientists, typically don't get paid a lot of money, but they do get paid a lot of money if they become a consultant. Now, here's where a person has to look at integrity, because if you're a scientist and you're qualified as a scientist, you might be asked, okay, well, gee, what am I supposed to do here? I have this great new employer that wants to bring me on board as a consultant to prove that whatever it is that they are doing is the best thing so that they can put that out through PR and what have you. And in my heart, I know that that isn't the truth. Well, this is what the cigarette industry did for years and years. That
Right.
said smoking was good for you because they used scientific consultants that said, they wiggled the numbers and they said likewise. Now those people got paid a lot of good money to do so, and that's fine because they were putting their livelihood on the line. But was it the truth? Not necessarily so. So you have to come down to what your integrity is saying is the right thing for you. So in science, I guess one of the critical features is finding and knowing what the truth really is. And this is a something that you have to look at from a judgment call. It's something that will wear upon a person simply because if they make the wrong decisions. So the more information that they get about a particular topic and the more that they're able to deal with that information, well, then the better at doing their job and the better at making their own decisions as to what their path is going to take.
Correct. Correct.
Now that's a little bit convoluted, but it is
Yeah,
actually very worthwhile.
it makes sense, and that's where you're looking at specifically those details. What about for fire, EMS, police officers, things like that?
Okay. One of the big aspects with regards of the ZoxPro training is we teach people how to be a lot more aware of their surroundings, have a higher degree of perception, awareness around them 7 to 10 times what you would normally experience. Now, essentially, what this means is you get great intuition, you get great feedback of your surroundings. And there's many, many examples of this. Uh, whenever you have whenever you have people that are in emergency circumstances, like police, firemen, the police that have been on the job for a long, long time, you'll find that they have a second nature to them. They simply know how to dodge the bullet, if you will. And these are it's always it's always a new guy that winds up
Right.
getting injured because they haven't gotten those ropes yet. They haven't gotten the feel for it yet. The same thing is true with firemen, and just emergency workers in general. You tend to develop a sixth sense about these things. Well, again, what does OxPro do? It teaches people how to develop those particular things.
What about parenting?
Parenting. Oh, you got to have eyes in the back of your head there.
Right, exactly.
Um, well, parenting. Let's go back to communication skills. uh, Intuition,
Yes.
communication skills, decision making, uh, positive mental attitude, problem solving. All these things have to do with your family life. Now, there is actually an overlap between the professional nature and your parenting skills and your home life. And that is whenever you have a bad day at work, what do? You bring it home. Whenever you have a bad day at home, you take it to work. Well, that's not productive in either case. So once you are actually being productive in one or both of those areas, it is reflected into the other area as well. It's very holistic. So if you have a good day at work, you come home and you have a better day at home. Even though it feels like the ground's shaking and the world's falling apart, you're still having a better day than what you had the day before when you didn't have that.
Makes sense. Makes sense what the photographic memory does to help in those parenting skills for sure. And then students, common sense, no brainer. Students are going to be able to memorize more. They're going to be able to read faster. They're going to be able to answer questions more quickly, and they're going to ace the. It's going to be easier to study than before the Zexpro method.
For students, this is a godsend. I tell students all the time because let's say you're going to university. If you go to university, for every
Right.
hour that you spend in the classroom, you're supposed to be spending 3 to 4 hours in the library or at study, diligently studying whatever the topic is. So that's 4 to 5 hours for each hour that you actually are attending school. Now, do you want to have a life while you're at university? Well, I have a gentleman that his name is Michael. Michael was your average student. He wasn't doing too good. He got through high school okay, and then he goes into university, and he's failing miserably. He's tanking it. And so he comes to me and he says, Dr. Shannon,
Right.
I got to do something here. I got to create a professional life for myself. My family expects it. I expect it. I have higher goals in this. Show me how to do this. So, of course, that's what happens. I show him how to do it. And he then goes on to basically, he hardly even attends university. And the game in the university is everything is book knowledge. And so what he would do is he would take all the books, he would photograph all the books, turn around, pass all the tests.
Right.
He would study maybe 10 minutes a week to do this.
My goodness.
And he hardly ever attend classes except to take the exams.
Right.
And this is how he went through college. He's now a doctor of Chinese medicine. He travels all over the world.
Wow.
Okay. So these are the types of people that I have the opportunity to train, is people that want more out of life. They know there's a better way. They can't stand the slow, ridiculous pace that everything is set for them. So they come to me and they find out how to do it in a much more accelerated rate.
See, that's fantastic. So I can't believe we're close to running out of time. And this has been such great information, Dr. Shannon. Anything else to add of these? We talked about the different professions and then also some testimonials. Anything else to add today?
One more testimonial, since we're talking about
Right.
people that are dealing with this. Uh, Dr. Ted Valley. Well, whenever he was exposed to Zoxpro, he was not a doctor, and he was going through college. He created a family. He created a home for himself, and all those things burden his time. Then he decided to go and become a doctor. He's a chiropractic doctor now. Well, how did he do it? Well, he utilized Zoxpro to totally accelerate everything he was doing and maximized his efficiency in doing everything he needed to do to get his degree fast.
Right.
And that's what he did. And now he's a chiropractic doctor.
Amazing stories. People need to go to zuxpro.com, right, Dr. Shannon?
Zoxpro.com. That's right.
And check out all the different things. We have more news coming. Just stay tuned at zuxpro.com of all the different social media handles for Dr. Shannon. And we will talk again next week for the next episode. Take care, Dr. Shannon.
Thank you very much. You have a great day, Neil.
All right. Awesome. That was the Photographic Memory Podcast. Take care, guys.